filmed this being made, and so I told him I would, if I trimmed it today, I would have somebody film it. This clay is again the pipe. So there's little hard spots in it that make the clay very difficult to trim.
Having fun over there, are you, Nat?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. If you stay with pottery for a long time, you develop what's called the potter's knot. And so, you know, there's always a little unevenness to the pot as it's going.
Handmade. One of a kind.
One of a kind. It looks fairly uneven. I mean, it's you can tell it's moving around a little bit, but when you stop it, you can't see it at all. It's just, I mean, it's close enough.
Yeah.
So that's what I kind of laugh about. You know, most of our life is it's good enough. It's good enough. So being able to just say, yeah, that's grace. That is, doesn't have to be perfect. I did, and there was a very good reason behind that. When you throw something this size, and especially if it's bellied out, you have to have some extra clay down in the bottom to buttress that cantilever weight. And so I definitely leave what appears to be like way too much clay in the bottom. Trying not to do too much to the foot because I actually want this to be heavy in the bottom because it is already a top heavy pot, and so I would like there to be some added weight in the bottom just to give it some stability. And this is for use in our liturgical arts. We'll have this as part of the display at the retable or on the chancel. So, Suzanne Morrison, that was up here yesterday, she and I do our liturgical arts, or oversee our liturgical arts at the church. And we do a lot of paper lace banners and things like that. So we've gotten to know Hannah Garrity really well. And every time we come up here, we're like, we're here, we're ready to volunteer, so put us to work. And so these guys come and help, and I just love it. But Suzanne has really great ideas too. And she will come and say, well, I need this piece of pottery. Will you make this one? I'm like, sure. And so I mean, it's really nice to come into a sanctuary that you're so used to and everything's always the same, and to come in and go, there's something new. And it's really, that's good. So we like the wow factor.
What's your church?
St. Simon's Presbyterian.
We went yesterday and saw Lyle's stuff over the worship music, the silk.
Isn't it beautiful?
Covers,
Oh,
go over there and look. It's like,
the banners are outstanding. Just that gold, and that gold, did you know this, that it's a resist?
yeah, so she was telling us, we were talking to her yesterday.
Cool. I didn't know you could do that.
That's just fantastic.
She says that there's more banners to be added on Friday, so I'll have to go back and
I know, I
see.
can't wait. I can't wait. It certainly makes worship more exciting when you don't know what you're going to see when you come in. It is, it's really
Well, the people.
And I talked to Hannah yesterday. Have y'all talked to her already?
No, we haven't.
Okay,
We
so
went by there, but she wasn't there.
she's apparently been sick this week. So she said, I'm not contagious. But anyway, so hopefully she's feeling better.
So do you know when our game plan is for doing it?
No clue. I just left her number and I said that you guys and me and Suzanne were on ready. Just give us a call. So.
And see, I see it wobbling.
You do. And it's got a wobble on it. And that can be a lot of things. I don't know if you noticed, but when I was throwing the other day, I kept stopping and ribbing the inside of the pot, because I was saying there's torsional ridges. They kind of, if you look inside, they look like tiny little wrinkles going in a spiral upwards fashion. And they come from throwing. They're stress marks from throwing. So when and remember, clay always has memory, so whatever you do to it, it remembers what it was before. And so those torsional ridges that I put in are actually a kind of a flaw of sorts. So they want to unwind. They have energy in the opposite direction. So they want to undo, which will put a little torque in pots. You don't notice it in the mud, but in this you do. And the other place that it really shows up is in the firing. When you go to fire a piece, have you ever put a bowl in and you're like, it's perfectly round when it goes in and it comes out? It's like, how did that get oval? Clay, when it reaches 2,000 degrees, becomes almost fluid. In fact, if you could reach in with your hands, you could actually fold up the bowl. But what they're doing is, in the kiln, especially an electric kiln, you have the hot face, all the elements around the outside, and so that's the hottest part of the kiln is right there at those elements. And so there's usually a gap of about that far between the elements and the weir. And so the pieces that are closest to those elements actually pull towards that hot face of the kiln. And that's called pyroplasticity. At temperature, they actually are warping, and they're going through a crystalline change at that time. The kiln hardly climbs at all. You can't pump enough energy in it to force it through. But the pots are taking on a tremendous amount of energy and they're changing crystalline structure. So I mean, that's the miracle of all this stuff. And that's when they become vitrified. That's that last phasal change they go through, and then they tighten up and it becomes solid. Yeah, it's really, I mean, it is. It's alchemy. It truly is. I mean, it's one of those places that we're doing magic these days. But I love that. And I love all the science of this. I mean, that's really most of what drew me to it. So the other end of the pot is sticky, wet. This end of the pot is bone dry. That's part of the other reason that we're getting some twisting, because the pot is drying unevenly. I was talking to some of y'all about this yesterday, and it's like with a handle. A handle is, you know, when you pull it, it's wet. You go to stick it on a pot that's leather hard. That leather hard pot has already shrunk 6%. The clay has not. So that's the reason we score and slip, is to try to help re-wet that piece so that there's not so much difference in what you're, you know, attaching the handle to. So I'm really going to have to super saturate this, because we are going to put handles right here. Just a pair of little handles. So I've got to get that wet enough to receive some handles. But that's about all I'm doing to this. Oh, keep standing. That's about it.
Bravo.